Mundfish's Atomic Heart releases on February 21st for Xbox One, Xbox Series, PS4, 5, and PC. Surprisingly, it's been in development since at least late 2018, with sporadic updates till last year, and reports of mismanagement, crunch, reboots, etc. Nevertheless, it's nearly upon us, and the latest trailers and gameplay have looked very good. Set in an alternate history Soviet Union in 1955, the story focuses on Major Nechev, aka P3, a KGB special agent sent to Facility 3826. Robotics have advanced heavily in this version of the world, however the facility's robots have gotten out of control. It's up to P3 to prevent a total catastrophe, but he also has his mental well-being to worry about. The immersive sim and action RPG elements that have defined classics like System Shock are apparent in Atomic Heart's gameplay. Take a look at 14 things you should know before buying it. World design. Facility 3826 isn't just a simple laboratory or factory, it's a massive ecosystem with numerous facilities and entities living out their lives. Along with labs housing failed experiments and rogue machines, there are stretches of greenery and forests. Idyllic cityscapes and towns have been marred with destruction and chaos as all kinds of robotic abominations rise to oppose their former creators. It's an open world, and though not massive, Mundfish says it will be pretty detailed. There's even a car to help in getting around.
Be careful. AUG-7 units are quite dangerous.
Oh, come on, it's freaking adorable.
Enemies. You've probably noticed by now, but Atomic Heart has a lot of dangerous robots that want to kill you. Some are the result of bio-experiments combining flesh and machine, while others are simple laborer robots turned murderous. Some of the enemies encountered include the MFU-68 Laborer, a bipedal machine with saw blades on top, and the RAF-9 Engineer, who looks human but has a powerful grip and claws for slicing up enemies. The VOV-A6 Lab Tech is a tall robot with self-repairing capabilities, while the MA-9 Baylash is more hulking and durable, shooting flames and moving very fast. Knowing how to approach and dispose of each machine is important, especially in battles with various enemies. Bosses. If the regular robots weren't enough, there are also bosses like Hedgie that must be defeated. Hedgie is a large ball-like robot that moves extremely fast and bounces around, creating shockwaves that can burn the player. It stops momentarily at times, allowing you to damage its weak spots, but deals some crazy damage if you're not careful. Weapons. The arsenal available is pretty extensive, from guns that fire bullets like the AK to a powerful railgun for annihilating foes. We've also seen a rifle that fires bullets and charges an electrostatic ball that can shock enemies when fired. Melee weapons range from sledgehammers to buzzsaws on sticks cobbled together from junk. Along with special attacks, melee weapons are also useful when using energy weapons, since hitting an enemy can charge the latter. Abilities. The Polymer Glove will become one of your best friends when navigating Facility 3826. It unleashes various abilities like ice, fire, and lightning. They can be used with specific effects, like drenching enemies and using lightning to electrocute them. You also have the Polymer Bomb, which can cover enemies and facilitate electrocution, and the Polymer Shield to defend and freeze enemies. Other nifty abilities like lifting enemies momentarily and slamming them down also look good. Crafting. In addition to the Polymer Glove, Atomic Heart provides the Chaika 3.0, a device for crafting over 30 different types of melee weapons and guns. You'll find components in the environment and from smashing robots to aid in this, with a handy vacuum feature for quickly looting items. Each weapon has unique upgrades, and by using cassette modules, you can add slots to increase a weapon's damage, range, and so on. Just be careful when harvesting resources. Carrying too much causes encumbrance, resulting in slower movement speed. Stealth and QuickTime events. Though we've seen plenty of gameplay footage of Nechev blasting away at enemies, dumping several rounds into them, you don't get unlimited ammo. As such, melee weapons and abilities are necessary, but so is stealth. Avoiding enemies and not drawing their ire or getting behind them for takedowns is important when conserving ammo. You can also hack into robots and kill them. Be warned, if the alarm goes off, reinforcements from a nearby factory will quickly swarm you. There's also QuickTime events, though we've yet to see how they'll work, and whether they'll pop up randomly during combat or in other sequences. Difficulty options. Fortunately, there are various ways to experience the game, whether you're in it for a challenge or want to play the story. Mundfish founder and game director Robert Bagratuni revealed to IGN that there are 3 difficulty options: story, medium, and hard. While medium is how the game is meant to be played, you can enjoy the narrative in story difficulty or tough it out against the world in hard mode. Ray tracing and DLSS support. Whether you seek a challenge or an interesting story, there's no denying that the game looks great. Even better, it supports ray tracing on PC with ray-traced reflections on enemies, environments, and more. DLSS 3 is also supported for those with RTX 40 series GPUs, allowing for the use of frame generation, which boosts frame rates, along with existing features like super resolution and reflex. 4K and 60 FPS on current-gen consoles. Whether Atomic Heart supports ray tracing on Xbox Series and PS5 is currently unconfirmed. However, Mundfish did reveal that it runs at a solid 4K 60 when exploring dungeons, which may refer to a more closed-off or underground area. While out in the open world, it's mostly 4K with a dynamic resolution and 60 frames per second. Xbox Series S resolution and frame rate are unknown though. Optimized for PS4 and Xbox One. What about previous-gen consoles? For a game leveraging features like ray tracing and DLSS 3 on PC, and running at 60 with 4K on current-gen consoles, you probably shouldn't expect the same for Xbox One and PS4. Mundfish didn't specify the resolution of either version, but Bagratuni said they have mind-blowing optimization. Speaking to WCCF Tech, he revealed that the team, quote, literally ripped up the engine with a can opener to make it possible for the game to use all possible CPU cores on all platforms to the fullest. We've moved a lot of critical code to async threads. The code traditionally runs only on the game thread in Unreal Engine. It was a challenge and not an easy thing, but it was worth it. I'm not hinting at anything, but we were even able to run the game on a device with 3 cores, end quote. Of course, time will tell what resolution and frame rate the Xbox One and PS4 versions will run at. System requirements. Atomic Heart's requirements aren't insane, but they're still heftier than the average setup, even if you're not using 4K or ray tracing. At the minimum, you'll need an AMD Ryzen 5 1600 3GHz or Intel Core i5 4460 3.1 GHz, with 8GB of RAM and a Radeon R9 3080 4GB or GeForce GTX 960 4GB. The recommended requirements include a Ryzen 7 2700X 3.8 GHz or Intel Core i7 7700 3.6 GHz, 16 GB of RAM, and an RX Vega 64 8 GB or NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1080 8 GB. Regardless of other hardware, you'll need 90 GB of installation space. Atomic Pass. Lest you thought the story ends with the base game, there's more content coming in the future. 4 DLC packs have been confirmed as part of the Atomic Pass, available with the Gold and Premium editions. The exact content of the DLC hasn't been detailed, but the developer confirmed that it would add new territories, quests, puzzles, and enemies. New characters and world stories are also coming along with new complexes, labs, and an expansion to the open world. New challenges are also promised. No multiplayer. Mundfish had a lot of ideas for Atomic Heart, which led to unwanted delays. Says Bagratuni, some of them, like multiplayer, had to be abandoned. There also doesn't seem to be any hope of it coming back, even as DLC, since no multiplayer add-ons are planned. Never say never, but Atomic Heart is a single-player only affair for the foreseeable future. That's all for now. If you enjoy what you saw, please hit the like button. And if you're new to the channel, now is a great time to subscribe. We upload brand new videos every single day. After subscribing, don't forget to enable all notifications by clicking the bell icon. Thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you next time. right here on Gaming Bolt.